To live our truest life in a safe and dynamic way, two things have to take place. We need to trust our experience and know how to trust our experience, of course. So trusting our experience in the moment so we can act from that trust. Second is we also have to take 100% responsibility for our experience. Again, this doesn't mean if a tree falls on my house, I caused it. I'm not even saying karmically caused it. I'm just saying that I take 100% responsibility then in my response to that event. So to be able to take 100% responsibility for our experience and to also trust our experience, those two foundational pieces to a true life, in my view, a happier life, a good life, an active life, and a safe life, there's two practices to start with. The first practice is what I call practice of presence. And both these practices, by the way, just take a couple minutes each day. So the practice of presence is being able to check in with yourself and notice what you're thinking. So you just take a moment, you take a breath, you notice what you're thinking. You can particularly do this if it's a difficult or challenging situation, or you find yourself being kind of off kilter or confused or wondering what's going on. Check in with yourself. You first might want to start this practice when there's not anything difficult going on, meaning so you kind of get good at it. So like just 3 or 4 times a day, take a moment to check in and go, what am I thinking? And just notice. Don't go on a vigilante hunt. Don't force anything. Just ask the question, sincerely ask the question, what am I thinking? And just noticing that. Then the second question to ask in this 3-part practice of presence is to check in with what you're feeling, both emotionally and physically. So ask yourself, what am I feeling? And then just do a little body scan. You just do a little noticing. Again, don't go on a vigilante hunt. Don't force anything. It's more about being curious. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I noticing about my experience? And just notice. And then the third question is, and this is so important, is what do I want? And again, checking in, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I noticing about emotional and physical experience? And what do I want? And again, mostly ask the question, be curious about what you want. Give permission to ask what it is I want in this moment. And let the responses come instead of going in search of them. After a while, after you get better at communicating with yourself in this way, being curious and noticing in this way, it will come quicker. You'll more quickly notice what you're thinking. You're going to more quickly notice what your physical and emotional experience is. And you're going to notice what it is you want. And you're going to be able to act from that experience. You're going to be able to act from that knowledge. What am I thinking? What am I feeling emotionally and physically? And what do I want? The second practice, which I have borrowed from Terry Frolick, author of Cultivating Lasting Happiness, which I recommend. His practice invites you first to become aware of a time where you felt completely loved and appreciated. So this can be a challenge. This may take a little investigating, a little contemplation of a time in the past, whether it be the deep past, childhood past, or recent past, where you felt completely loved and appreciated. I've shared in my books this practice that I couldn't come up with a memory in my childhood from my parents of a time that I felt completely loved or appreciated. So I used the time that I had the encounter with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, which is one of my favorite stories. And if you want to know more about that story, please get the 0-Point Agreement, How to Be Who You Already Are. These practices are in that book, as well as the story about my encounter with the Dalai Lama, that I use then in this practice. So first in this practice, which I title Hardwired to Love, is to find a time where you felt completely loved and appreciated. Then take a nice deep breath and close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, or have a soft focus in front of you. And place your right hand on your heart center, what sometimes referred to as a heart chakra, or refer to the heart, just the heart, the chest. Feel that energy of hand on heart. And then with another nice deep breath, hang out in that memory for anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So the practice is breathing and remembering the time you felt completely loved. And often you might just be repeating that memory of the time you felt completely loved. And then after you've done that for 30 seconds to a couple minutes, take another nice deep breath or two. Ideally breathing through the nose if that works for you. And then bring to mind recent and simple things you're thankful for. Recent and simple things you're thankful for. So that practice of Hardwired to Love is also in the 0 Point Agreement book. And I recommend that you do that at least once a day. It only takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a couple minutes. And it helps change the wiring in your brain. It helps change the pathways. So most of us have a direct pathway, a direct line to what could be referred to as the animal brain, the monkey mind, that part of you that, worries, that part of you that has a negative habitual response to events in your life. So this creates another pathway. This creates a pathway to that time and that reminder that of love, calm, connection. And so you might not actually physically be remembering that, but you will notice an increase calming in your life. You'll notice a decrease in reactivity and more of an ability to notice what it is that's going on, what your experience is, and what you want from that experience, or what you want to do about that experience, how you want to respond rather than react. Again, Hardwired to Love takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a couple minutes, and it changes the pathways. Instead of retrieving the animal brain of, oh my God, I got to react to this. This is something terrible. Needs my, I got to prepare for the worst. It retrieves a sense of peace, calm, knowing what you want, and knowing how to respond rather than react. Blessings, good luck. Bye-bye.